Hey you guys, welcome back to Luna's Kitchen. I am Luna. Welcome back to me. I know it's been a while. It's been a while. I am so excited to be back and I can't wait to show you guys how I like to make this special dish. Fun fact, I actually spent a year living in a little community called Little Poland, and this is where I was introduced to this dish, and I'm in love with it. And I hope you guys enjoy this as much as I do. Let's make some pierogies. To get started, make sure you set aside and assemble all of the ingredients for this dish. I've gone ahead and I've listed every single ingredient that I use in making this dish. I know that some of you might be going, oh my goodness, her nails are so long and she's making dough. I use a brush to clean under my nails, and I do this every single time I cook, especially when I'm working with my hands and I'm making dough and for a dish like this. So ladies, if you have long nails too, this is not impossible. Just make sure you wash your hands and you clean under your nails. Anyhow, I like to prep my dough in advance and allow it to sit. After I prep my dough, I wrap it and I move on. After I'm done with my dough, I set it aside, and I've gone ahead and I've boiled some potatoes. And now I'm going to make the filling. And I'm just mashing some potatoes with a little bit of black pepper, some salt, some butter. I'm going to add some mozzarella cheese, some heavy cream, and some cheddar cheese. If you have some leftover mashed potatoes, you can use that as well. If you've ever had pierogies, you've ever had like frozen pierogies, it does not compare. It absolutely does not do justice to this dish. You have to try it fresh. After going ahead and assembling my filling, and then I roll out my dough and start to assemble my pierogies. And I'm using a medium-sized cookie cutter to cut out the shape of my pierogies, and then I'm going to scoop about a teaspoonful of filling into my pierogi dough, and then I'm going to fold it and press it very firmly. You want to ensure that your pierogies are sealed when you press them, so press them very firmly, and you don't need to use water or an egg wash or anything to close it. The dough is slightly sticky, so just press it firmly so that way when you boil the pierogi, it doesn't open up in the water. I've gone ahead and I've boiled some water, and I've placed my pierogies in the boiling hot water. And I added some salt to the water. You can add about a teaspoonful of salt to the water and boil your pierogies, and you'll know when they're ready because they'll float to the top. Fresh dough cooks pretty fast, so this will take about 2 to 3 minutes for your pierogies to cook. So once they all float to the top, remove them. And so now I'm going to fry up my bacon first. And after I fry up my bacon, I'm going to get it really nice and crispy and render out all the fat. And I'm going to use a little bit of the bacon oil to fry my pierogies. Once your bacon is done, go ahead and remove it from the oil. My oil was a little bit dirty with bacon bits, so I went ahead and I strained the oil and I discarded half of the oil. So I only used a little bit of the bacon oil, and I added some butter, and I'm going to fry up some onion first, and I want my onions to be translucent before I start frying my pierogies. I also added some garlic to my onions. Now this is optional, you don't have to do that. I go ahead and I push all of the onions to one side because I want the pierogies as they're frying to make direct contact with the pan. And that's how you're gonna get that beautiful, nice golden brown color. So you don't wanna crowd your pan. And so I go ahead and I fry my pierogies for about 5 to 7 minutes, and you'll know when it's ready because your pierogies will be a nice golden brown color. So I fry each side for about 5 to 7 minutes on, I would say, about low to medium heat. You don't want to fry. You never want to cook on high heat anyway, unless you're searing something. And the very last thing that I do is I add some fresh parsley to my dish, and that's it. Dinner is ready. When I tell you guys this dish was absolutely delicious, I don't want you guys to take my word for it. I want you guys to try it. I absolutely believe that you guys will go back to this dish again and again and again. Once you try it, you will absolutely fall in love with it, just like I did. And now pierogies store really, really well in the freezer. You can make a whole bunch, like a batch at a time, and you can store them in an airtight container and place them in the freezer for those nights where you just don't have it for dinner. So you can just pop them in some boiling hot water, fry them in some onions, and voila, dinner is ready. Anyway, guys, thank you for stopping by. Until next time, bye.